Hello, lovely ladies. Being too kind can be a trap for a woman's heart. Think about it. In a world where women are taught to smile even when it's tough, agree when they should disagree, and keep their voices down when they should shout, the Sigma female has escaped this trap. She has realized that being overly kind comes with a high cost, losing her true self. Here's something to consider. Research indicates that women who focus too much on being kind often hide their real feelings, which can lead to more stress and even exhaustion. This isn't just a small sacrifice, it's a theft of their peace of mind, but not for the Sigma female. She's finished with playing along. Being overly kind isn't in her words anymore, and it's not because she's unkind, but because she's learned that simply being kind doesn't really help. Being genuine does. And let's face it, being overly kind sometimes means giving someone the perfect spot to take advantage of you, but with a kinder view. So, why have Sigma females stopped worrying about being kind? Stay with us, because the reality is more straightforward and bolder than you might expect. Number 1. Being overly kind no longer holds its value. Sigma females have realized that being kind isn't helpful anymore. It's actually a drawback. Society seems to have this unspoken rule that women must be kind to be appreciated, accepted, or respected. However, the reality is that being kind doesn't achieve what many believe it does. Instead, it becomes a way for others to think they can take advantage of you while pretending to be friendly. It's like handing over your house keys and then being shocked when someone makes themselves too at home. Sigma females are tired of this. They've discovered through tough experiences that kindness doesn't lead anywhere in a world eager to misuse it. People might return your smile, but secretly they rely on your kindness to keep you under control. They expect you to always yield, compromise, and prioritize others, all while thinking you're doing the right thing. But the tough truth is, kindness has turned into a method for others to control you, not a genuine measure of your value. The Sigma female is done with that. She finds trying to please everyone tiring and has decided to stop surrendering her strength. Rather than aiming to be liked, she now seeks honor. Honor isn't earned by simply being agreeable. It stems from establishing clear limits and standing firm against anyone trying to control her actions. The equation is straightforward. The less concerned you are with pleasing everyone, the less likely you are to be taken lightly. Truth be told, Sigma females would always prefer to be misjudged rather than overlooked. Number 2. Kindness is an outdated way to interact socially. Sigma females have learned that being overly kind isn't as valuable as it used to be. There was a time when being kind seemed to open doors to opportunities, friendships, and respect. Nowadays, that's not really the case. People often take advantage of kindness instead of valuing it. It's like trying to play a serious game of poker with fake money. It might seem okay, but it won't help you succeed. Sigma females have stopped playing this game. They realize that being genuine is what really matters, not just being kind. Why act like someone you're not just to keep others happy? That's tiring. They prefer to be themselves, even if it upsets some people. They do care about others, but they know you can't make everyone happy. Trying to do so just leads to exhaustion. Sigma females have discovered that staying true to themselves earns a different kind of respect. People may not always like you if you're honest, but they tend to respect you. And truthfully, respect is more valuable than just being liked. While being kind might earn you small favors, being authentic earns lasting respect and a real place at the table. In a world where many are seeking approval, Sigma females seek something more meaningful: true relationships, clear boundaries, and personal peace. They have no desire to be liked for a diluted version of who they truly are. Instead, they choose to embrace their authentic selves, bold, unashamed, and unafraid to defy old-fashioned cultural expectations of politeness. Number 3. Being overly kind can undermine oneself. Sigma females have discovered that always being kind can actually harm them. It might seem strange. How could being kind be harmful? But here's what happens. When you're constantly kind, you start caring more about what others need or feel, and less about your own needs. Soon, you're ignoring your own limits, dreams, and even your dignity, just to avoid causing any trouble. This is where you start undermining yourself. Being overly kind means you don't speak up when something bothers you. You shy away from stating your needs because you fear being seen as pushy or selfish. Over time, this habit eats away at your confidence and sense of self-worth. You find yourself settling for less than you deserve in relationships, at work, or in life overall. It's like making yourself smaller to fit into a place where you don't belong. Sigma females are no longer following this path. They've come to see that always trying to be kind is a quick way to lose themselves. They no longer sideline their needs just to make others happy. Instead of being the kind girl who always agrees, they are becoming women who recognize their value and are ready to leave if their values are not respected. Being overly kind can leave you exhausted, undervalued, and trapped. Sigma females understand this now. They no longer view being kind as a merit, but as a potential act of disregard for oneself when overdone. Truthfully, they'd much rather face a few questioning glances than waste their energy constantly catering to people who barely notice their efforts. Number 4. Pretending to be kind is a disguise that society praises. Sigma females have discovered that being labeled as kind is often just a tactic to control them. From a young age, society pushes women to be sweet, cooperative, and giving, as if these are the most important qualities to have. However, the truth is that this so-called kindness is frequently used to keep women silent, obedient, and under control. It acts like a muzzle, preventing them from defending their rights or challenging the norm. Sigma females have removed this muzzle. They clearly see through this deceit and are not afraid to point it out. Being kind isn't really about being a genuine person. It's more about making others comfortable, even if it means neglecting their own needs and wants. Sigma females have decided they are no longer playing this game. They refuse to simplify everyone else's life at the cost of their own happiness. Kindness is often confused with being submissive, and that's the real issue. Others expect you to agree with things that don't benefit you, to smile when you are actually upset, and to say yes when you want to say no. It's a snare, and Sigma females are no longer falling into it. They have learned that staying true to themselves is far more empowering than conforming to someone else's expectations. And here's something to note. Being kind doesn't earn you more respect. It ultimately results in others exploiting your kindness. Sigma females have figured this out. They've decided to embrace sincerity and realness, even if it unsettles a few people. In the end, they'd much rather stand firmly in their truth than sacrifice their happiness for others. After all, those who struggle with their boldness are often the very ones who gain the most from manipulation. Number 5. Respect is something you earn, not something you can get by being nice. Sigma females have realized that just being kind doesn't earn you respect. They've seen that people won't respect you simply because you're friendly or easygoing. In fact, always being kind can lead some to take advantage of you. It's a hard truth, but they've learned that genuine respect comes when you establish clear boundaries, insist on better treatment, and show that you won't settle for less. Being kind is often thought of as a way to avoid trouble, but Sigma females understand that peace without respect is not valuable. They no longer use kindness as a way to get along with everyone. Instead, they focus on what's truly important, respecting themselves and ensuring others respect them too. They set high expectations for themselves in relationships, at work, and in social settings, and they don't feel sorry about it. They've also discovered that people respect those who show self-respect. By saying no to things that are not good for them and sticking to their principles, they send a strong message. They are not to be underestimated. Sigma females don't just settle to avoid disagreements. They would rather leave situations or relationships that don't meet their standards than stay just to keep things calm. Ultimately, they know that respect comes from actions, not from trying to be liked by everyone. Sigma females have come to understand this. They've let go of the notion that constant likability or kindness is the key to earning respect. Instead, they command respect by embracing a bold and unapologetic approach to life. They establish their own rules, and if someone can't meet their standards, they're unafraid to walk away without a second thought. Number 6. Being kind doesn't stop harmful people. Sigma females have come to understand that being kind doesn't stop harmful people. Those who are malicious, exploitative, or drain others' energy are not put off by kindness. Instead, they are attracted to it, seeing it as a chance to exploit someone who appears too agreeable or hesitant to defend themselves. Sigma females have learned from their experiences. They now know that being confident is the best defense against such individuals. Being overly kind to such people is like showing a white flag. It doesn't guard you. It only makes you an easier target. Sigma females have moved beyond this approach. They no longer depend on being kind to navigate life. They have honed their self-assurance, aware that being firm and setting clear limits is the best way to handle harmful individuals. They have grown good at spotting those who try to misuse their generosity and quickly put a stop to it, often before trouble starts. Their quick thinking is a key tool. Sigma females are sharp and perceptive, making it nearly impossible to fool them. They quickly recognize when someone is trying to manipulate or take advantage of them. They stop being kind when they realize someone is trying to use them, and instead, they are straightforward, setting a clear boundary from the start and showing manipulators that their usual tricks won't work. This change from kindness to boldness isn't about being harsh or unfriendly. It's about self-preservation and safeguarding their energy. Sigma females still have a big heart, but they've become selective about who earns their kindness. When faced with malicious individuals, they've perfected the skill of saying no with conviction. Their boldness acts as their armor, a powerful tool they use with both precision and unwavering confidence. Number 7. It's about saving time. Sigma females have come to understand that their time is incredibly precious, and they see no point in using it up just to make someone else feel good about themselves. They've gotten to a stage where they simply won't bother being overly sweet or engaging in shallow conversations. For them, every moment spent on pointless chit-chat or being overly cautious about others' feelings is lost time that they can't recover, and they are determined not to let that continue. They've become very choosy about how they use their time and energy. Rather than trying to make everyone happy, Sigma females concentrate on what really matters to them, like their personal aims, deep relationships, or their own well-being. They're no longer willing to cater to those who seek constant praise or demand approval. Instead, they've honed a kind of time radar, cutting straight through the trivial stuff with clear focus. This doesn't mean they're unkind or dismissive. They are simply more direct. If a conversation or interaction isn't beneficial, they'll pull away. They've stopped trying to impress people who aren't important in the bigger picture. Those who truly value their genuine nature will remain, while those who expected them to just be agreeable will drift away. It's not about being tough. It's about saving their time, energy, and attention for the things that really resonate with their goals. Sigma females have mastered the art of tuning out distractions, unapologetically focusing on what truly matters. They understand that life is too precious to waste on those who fail to value their time. By putting their priorities first, they've broken free from the cycle of meaningless pleasantries and superficial connections. Number 8. People who are always nice are too easy to read. Sigma females realize that being too kind can make them easy to read, and being easy to read can be risky. When someone is always kind, their behavior becomes too easy to guess. This can lead to others taking advantage of them. Sigma females are very independent and value their autonomy. They don't want their kindness to make them vulnerable or less mysterious. Being kind might seem safe, but it can actually put you at risk by making you meet someone else's expectations. People who like to cause trouble often find it easy to manipulate kind individuals because they know how they will respond. Sigma females don't want to be controlled or shaped by others. They appreciate the complex aspects of their characters and enjoy being unforeseeable. By not always being kind, Sigma females keep an element of surprise. They use this mystery as a tool to manage how others see them and to always keep them guessing. This unpredictability not only keeps them safe, but also makes their relationships more exciting and varied. They decide when to show kindness and when to pull back, which makes them difficult to figure out. For Sigma females, it's not about being unkind. It's about protecting their independence and strength. They don't let social norms govern their actions. By breaking free from the kindness that renders many ordinary, they take back their power and assert their independence. In a world where countless individuals are trapped in the pattern of being agreeable and transparent, Sigma females shine as mysterious and resilient, defying labels and resisting manipulation. Number 9. Others often see kindness as a sign of vulnerability. Sigma females have figured out, often through tough experiences, that others often see kindness as a sign of shortcoming. It's like this. When you're always gentle and helpful, others may start to believe they can take advantage of you, as if being kind means you're okay with putting up with nonsense. The reality is, being kind is often mistaken for being passive, as though you can't stand up for yourself, and some people are quick to take advantage of that. Sigma females aren't standing for it anymore. They've noticed that if you're constantly kind, certain people will take advantage, thinking you won't stand up for yourself. They'll push limits, ask for too much, and test your limits just to see what they can get away with. But here's the key. Being kind doesn't mean they're weak. It simply means they were trying to think the best of others. Now, they're no longer willing to give that benefit without reason. They've learned that you can be kind without letting others mistake it for a chance to disrespect you. Being kind doesn't mean you're a pushover. Sigma females have become experts at setting clear boundaries. And when someone mistakes their kindness for shortcoming, they put those boundaries in place quicker than you can say, "I assumed you were considerate." People often misunderstand. They think being kind is a constant state. But for Sigma females, being kind is a conscious choice, not a shortcoming. When someone goes too far, they quickly demonstrate that being kind doesn't mean they're weak. They can change their approach when needed, and they're not scared to make that shift. This ability to surprise others only makes them tougher. It keeps everyone alert And anyone who thinks kindness is a sign of weakness soon realizes they were completely wrong. Number 10. Constant kindness can lead to hidden frustrations. Constantly being overly kind can often lead to hidden frustrations, and Sigma females have come to recognize this truth. For years, they put aside their own wants and needs to make others happy, always going out of their way to please people around them. This pattern of always putting others first can lead to growing irritation that remains hidden, like a pressure cooker waiting to explode. In their relationships, many Sigma females have found themselves stuck in this exhausting cycle, feeling worn out and unappreciated. Every time their kindness was ignored or not returned, it added to their growing bitterness. Eventually, they realized that always trying to please others wasn't just tiring, it was stifling. They felt trapped in a silent cage where maintaining harmony meant losing their own joy and identity. Now, they are choosing freedom over that silent suffering. Sigma females are now speaking up for themselves and establishing limits that respect their needs. They've learned that it's completely okay to say no or to prioritize themselves without feeling guilty. This change has brought them not just relief, but a powerful feeling of control. Instead of bottling up frustration, they're focusing on being genuine and honest in how they interact with others. Sigma females are breaking free of the role of always trying to please others, freeing themselves from hidden anger. They realize that real relationships are built on honest respect, not just being kind. They're now choosing to be around people who value them for who they are, leading to more honest and fulfilling connections that don't force them to ignore their own needs. This change is not only a personal win, it's a strong statement that real freedom comes from putting oneself first and enjoying the independence that comes with it. In a society where being kind is often seen as a good trait, Sigma females are courageously changing this idea. They understand that just being kind doesn't ensure respect, keep away harmful behavior, or build their independence. By letting go of just being superficially pleasant, they've found a truer and stronger version of themselves. They take control of their time, guard their energy carefully, and are straightforward in how they interact with others. With every choice they make, they're creating a life that matches their beliefs and what's important to them, moving away from old habits that restricted them. This path isn't just about turning away from being overly kind. It's about honoring the complexity and power of staying true to oneself. Sigma females demonstrate that respect must be earned. Setting clear boundaries is important, and being assertive is a powerful trait. They show that there's great freedom in being genuine, and real strength comes from being true to oneself without apology. Number 11. Kindness often masks true feelings. Sigma females have come to understand that being excessively nice often serves as a veil, obscuring their genuine emotions and thoughts. It's like wearing a constant mask that smiles on the outside while concealing the real, raw emotions bubbling underneath. This facade is not only exhausting to maintain, but also creates a barrier to authentic connections. Imagine going through every day pretending everything is fine when it's not, like always saying, "The weather is sunny even during a storm." This disconnect between outward appearances and inner feelings can lead to misunderstandings and superficial relationships. Sigma females, in their journey toward authenticity, have chosen to let go of this mask. They now prioritize expressing their true feelings and thoughts openly and respectfully. By doing so, they forge deeper and more meaningful relationships where honesty is valued, and trust is built on genuine interactions. No longer are they actors in their own lives. They are now the authentic authors of their own stories, embracing every honest emotion that comes with living fully. Number 12. Kindness can stifle personal and professional growth. Sigma females have come to understand that always being agreeable often hinders their growth, both personally and professionally. In environments where being nice is valued over being truthful, opportunities for growth and improvement can be missed. Consider a scenario where everyone nods in agreement in a meeting, even though some have reservations about the plan being discussed. This avoidance of conflict, while seemingly smooth on the surface, can lead to poor decision-making and stunted organizational growth. Sigma females are shifting this paradigm by embracing the constructive discomfort that comes with honest feedback and open dialogue. They understand that true progress often involves stepping into uncomfortable territories, challenging ideas, debating vigorously, and questioning the status quo. By willingly engaging in and initiating these challenging interactions, they not only foster their personal growth, but also drive innovation and efficiency in their professional circles. This approach allows them to break free from the confines of complacency and spearhead a culture where growth and learning are at the forefront. They are not just participants in their growth journey, they are the catalysts, continually pushing themselves and those around them to evolve and improve. If you're moved by the bold paths of Sigma females and are eager to learn more about ideas that break norms and boost your confidence, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our channel. Come along as we uncover more incredible knowledge, engaging talks, and the bold truths that liberate us. Let's keep moving forward together. Your journey toward realness and strength begins now. Thanks everyone for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye, stay blessed, and as always, until next time.